This presentation is to review the basic features of the Polyline command, also known as the P-line command. Polyline is located on the ribbon on the Draw panel next to the Line command. I'm going to select Polyline. I'm going to go out and use it just like I would the Line command, and I'll pick a point as a start point. With direct distance entry, I'm going to type 8, enter. I'm going to go up 6, enter. And I have ortho on, as you notice. I'm going to go back 3, enter. Down 4, enter. Back 6, enter. And I will right click and close. Notice when I select that object by clicking on it, the grips appear and it is all one entity. That's why it's a polyline. That's the main feature of polylines, is that when you draw them, they are one connected line segment, seen as one entity. I'm going to hit the escape key. I'm going to use the regular line command, and I'll just draw something up here in the corner. I'll just go over 4 units, up 2 units, back 4 units, and C enter to close. Notice when I click on those entities, they are 4 separate line segments. And again, the polyline, pick a point, 4 over, 2 up, 4 back, C enter to close. That is one entity. Another nice feature of the Polyline command is that you can give it width. I'm going to go to Polyline. I'm going to pick a start point. And then notice at the command line you have some options: arc, half width, length, undo, and width. Okay, I could either type W, or I could right click and select width from the pop-up. I have the same options here on my pop-up menu once I've entered the command. I'm going to click on width. And for the width, I'm going to type in 0.5 units for the starting width. Notice I also have an ending width. 0.5 is in brackets, so I could just hit enter to accept. Now I'm drawing a polyline with 0.5 width. I'm going to go over 20 units. I'll go up 12. I'm going to U for undo in the middle line command. I'm going to type in 10. And then I go back 20 and C enter to close. So again, that is one entity known as a polyline, and this polyline has a width of 0.5 units. I'm going to go through one more thing, and first I'm going to clear out the items in the inside of my box that I just drew using the erase command. I'm going to go back to Polyline. I'm going to pick a start point, right click for width, and for my starting width I'm going to type 0, but for my ending width I'm going to type 2, enter. So notice that my line now looks more like a solid triangle or an arrowhead potentially. So that is always going to have a starting width of 0, and then the end, wherever it happens to end, will be 2 units wide. So I'll pick a point in space, but then notice as I continue to draw, the next line segments have all the same width of 2 units. I'm going to hit enter to end it. And notice how they all fill in the gaps, and again it's one large entity. Hit escape. Notice that if I click in the middle, it's not selecting it. You have to select polylines by grabbing their edge. So I click on the edge of it, delete it, and that's using polyline with a different starting width versus ending width. I'm going to draw another polyline, just a standard polyline. Notice it remembers the same thickness, so I need to right click, change the width to 0. Ending width also 0. Don't forget to type both starting and ending widths before you start drawing. That'll cause you to have some errors. Turn my ortho back on, and I'm just going to draw another shape here real quick. I'm going to go over 6 units, up 5 units, back 3 units, down 3 units, over 3 units, and C enter to close. Again, all one entity. That's the two primary basic features of polylines, is creating line segments that act as one entity and have a width. Now you should also know, to break the polylines apart, you explode them. And that feature is on the Modify panel, and it's called Explode. And it looks like a small little cube that's broken apart. Click on it, select your polyline, and hit enter. Now if I select on the individual lines, notice they are separate entities. I'm going to hit the escape command. Now you should also know I'm going to go up to explode and explode my other line. And when I explode that, it breaks it back to ordinary lines. So there again, ordinary lines cannot have a width to them, so it loses its width factor. One last thing with Polyline. I'm going to draw a polyline over 6 units, and I'm going to right click and go to the arc feature, and now I can include an arc, and I'm going to go up 2 units, and now it continues to want to draw an arc. I right click and I go back to the line feature, and then I can go back 4 units, up 3 units, right click, arc, and go over with ortho on 2 units, right click back to line, and then I could C enter to close. So that is one line segment that includes arcs. So those are the basic features of using the Polyline command. Practice them, and please let me know if you have any questions.